Hello everyone! Welcome to our podcast videos. I'm Amal Farisi,
I'm Siti Zarala.
and today we are talking about something that sounds boring on paper, but is actually one of the most important questions in local government. What really happens to our regional budget and in the APBD once it's already approved?
Okay, firstly, thanks for having me out.
Okay.
And I push back gently on boring. The APBD is literally the plan for how billions of rupiah public money turns into roads, clinics, schools, and salaries in the city. If we don't pay attention to it, nobody will spill it either.
Yeah, sure. So here's our topic for today: regional budget performance and public service quality. Is Bandar Lampung spending public money effectively? And I want to start with something that sounds like a great news. Bandar Lampung just received its WTP opinion again, wajar tanpa pengecualian, an unqualified opinion from the National Audit Board (BPK) for its 2025 financial statements. That's like something in the ninth year in a row.
It's genuinely an achievement. 9 consecutive years for a clean opinion is not trivial, especially for a city government. But I want us to be honest with the audience. From minute one, WTP does not mean what most people think it means.
Yes, because you said that it doesn't mean like the way most people mean. Maybe that's one of our hook for today, and you have to stick with us because we are going to unpack what WTP is actually certifies, what the budget realization numbers tell a very different story, and what effective spending should actually look like under public sector accounting standards. Then let's start with the basics for our viewers. What is WTP exactly, and why does the city keep getting it?
Okay, so I will explain. WTP stands for wajar tanpa pengecualian. In English, an unqualified opinion. It is the highest of 4 opinion levels BPK can issue. The others being qualified opinion, adverse opinion, and disclaimer of opinion. Under Indonesia is State Audit Law and the State Audit Standard or SPKN, BPK examines whether the government is a financial statement are free of material misstatement and prepared in accordance with Government Accounting Standard (SAP) from Government Regulation 71 of 2010.
Okay. So in plain language, the books add up and they follow the right accounting rules, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And its financial audit is checking did revenue get recorded correctly, where asset value properly, do the number reconcile, what is not, it's a performance audit, which is separate category under the same audit law that asks whether programs and spending were economical, efficient, and effective.
Okay. So theoretically, a government could get a perfect WTP opinion and still build a bridge nobody uses, right?
Yeah.
Or leave half its development budget unspent.
Indeed, yes, and we're about to see, not even just a theory.
Alright. Then let's get into the numbers because this is where it's getting interesting. Like, walk us through what the city's actual spending look like in 2025.
So I will explain. Bandar Lampung is planned budget for 2025. The PAGU was about 2.9 trillion, which is a big amount, right?
Yes, it is.
Reporting based on National Treasury Information System showed that by the end of June, essentially the midpoint of the fiscal year, the city had only realized around 224 or 25% of that total. Roughly 719 billion spent out of 2.9 trillion plans. So like it's a big difference, a huge difference, you know.
Okay, so even in a perfect execution scenario, capital spending was never going to be a large share of the budget.
Yeah, correct. That's the structural issue. Spread from the execution speed issue, this is what public finance researchers call budget rigidity. A large share of mandatory recurring costs, salaries within operation, leaving a thin margin for the kind of spending that actually shows up a new road or renovated clinic.
Okay, now to be fair to the city, the provincial government did frame 2025 as its best realization performance in 5 years. Doesn't it complicate the picture a little?
It does, and we should give a credit. where it's due. Where was the genuine acceleration compared to 2021 through 2024? But best in 5 years was still not only about 30% revenue and broadly 25% expenditure realized by the midpoint of the year. Being the best in a weak field doesn't mean the underlying absorption of problem is solved, and it means likely less severe than before.
Okay, so how do we reconcile this? On one hand, a clean financial audit 9 years running. On the other hand, a quarter of the budget moving by mid-year and a thin capital expenditure base. Is the city doing well or not?
I think the best honest answer is doing two different jobs
Okay.
and succeeding at one of them, financial integrity, not losing track of money, not mistaking it, following SAP. Yes, the record supports the city doing well. Financial effectiveness, turning that money into a service on a timeline basis, the absorption data raises a real question that a WTP opinion simply cannot answer either way.
Okay. This is where I had pushed back a little, like playing devil's advocate. Isn't slow absorption sometimes actually responsible behavior? Like rushing money out of the door to hit a percentage target can mean corners get cut, procurement gets loopy, and projects get approved without proper study.
That's a completely fair point, and it's exactly why performance audit matters than more than a single absorption percentage. The number alone doesn't tell us if the delay is due on to caution and careful procurement, or do bureaucracy bottlenecks, delayed disbursement from the central government, or a weak planning capacity of the regional level. What we can say is that national policy treats slow absorption as a real problem worth solving. The central government has explicitly pushed regions to accelerate APBD realization because the delayed spending means delayed public benefit
Okay.
and drag on the local economic activity.
So the recommendation is not spend faster no matter what.
Yeah.
It is spent on the schedule with quality and show us the evidence. Am I right?
Yeah, you're totally right.
Okay.
And that is precisely what government regulation 2000. Oh, I think it's raining, guys.
Yes,
So
it's
sorry.
it's pouring rain, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry for the noise, okay?
Okay. So maybe we can continue. Okay.
Okay.
What government regulation 12 of 2019 is proposed to push toward performance-based budgeting, where allocations are tied to measurable output and outcome indicators, or not just compliance with anchored rules. If Bandar Lampung publish, say, a quarterly public dashboard showing percentage of completion of specific road, school, or clean project, not just aggregate spending percentage, that would let citizens, not just auditor, judge effectiveness.
Okay. Okay, alright, thank you Zara.
Yeah.
Maybe for the next we could get a bit more practical. If you were advising the city's finance team, what would you actually recommend?
Okay, I will recommend three things.
Okay.
First, treat performance audits and citizen-facing outcome reporting
Okay.
as seriously as the financial audit. Right now, for the WTP opinions, get the press conference, but there's no equivalent public moment for the project we funded get finished on time and use. Second, examine why capital expenditure is structurally so thin relatively to operating costs, whether the same routine or spending could be more efficient to free up from the development spending. And third, I will recommend to smooth out the realization curve across the year instead of backloading spending into the final quarter, which both delays public benefit and increase year-end execution risks.
Alright. And for the average resident of Bandar Lampung that watching this, what should they actually take away?
Don't read a WTP headline as the city delivering services well, which is the city is keeping the honest book,
Okay.
which matters and it is a real foundation, but it is a floor, not ceiling. And the real stage is an observing data when in whether the capital project get finished on schedule and whether services on the ground actually improve. Those numbers are public through SIKD, the Regional Finance Information System, and BPS Statistics, and citizen and students like us can and should look at them critically.
Alright. That's a great note to build our conclusion on. So, to summarize what we have covered today, Bandar Lampung's non-year streak of WTP opinions is a real and creditable achievement in financial accountability. But it answers a narrower question that most people assume.
Right. The budget realization data, around a quarter of the annual budget spent by mid-year, with capital expenditure structurally limited to a small share of the total, shows that the harder question, whether public money is converted into public services efficiently and on time, remains open.
Okay.
So that requires performance audit, performance-based budgeting under PP 12 and slash 219, and transparent outcome reporting, not just clean opinion letter.
Alright. So, our recommendation that city government should pair its WTP achievement with public project level performance dashboards and accelerate carefully, not recklessly, the execution of capital spending earlier in the fiscal year.
And for everyone studying public sector accounting, the lesson is always to ask which kind of audit, which kind of question, and a number is actually answering before treating is a proof of success.
Yes. And I think that is for today's episode. Thank you so much, Zara, for a great explanation. And thank you so much, guys, for watching us. And we'll see you next time. And see you,
Bye. Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Hey guys.